tell you the truth, I don't like the fact that they are portraying the demons in such a sympathetic light. However, there is also the fact that we cannot ignore what the demons have done, and from what they have been suffering, that is also been justified, although the deeds, what they're doing, is not justified, since they're involving people that have nothing to do with all this. In the end, it's almost like Meliodas said, who is right and wrong, because this war of Nanatsu no Taizai, 400 years ago, or no, not 400, 3,000 years ago, is surprisingly so dark that I actually do not know who was right and who was wrong. Everything the other side did was just as corrupt as the other. Yes, I am talking about Nanatsu no Taizai, chapter 204. And for them, last time the 10 Commandments are with an army of demons are heading towards the festival, not the festival, the place, where where Diana and King in Dolor and Godness Clan respectively realizes that this must be the trial. But Meliodas wants to go to talk to them, and he asks them to protect Elizabeth. And even though he was a betrayer, he wants to talk to them. But the king in Godness Clan says that he was a traitor. There's no way he can listen to them. But he also says that if this war continues like this, all the other races will die. If you're suspicious of me as allies, then just you can watch me yourself. So later on, so the two of them decides to accompany Meliodas, well, since they're like that. And the human who is Bun's mirror incarnation, that's actually the first time King in Godness Clan sees this guy and calls him Bun, confirming that yes, he is Bun's reincarnation. He says he may not be as strong as them, but he will protect the other races and the forest. But I have a very, very, very big feeling that this, what just happened afterwards, was actually the moment where Godness views got corrupted. As they said, this is the true trial, and I'm still confused. What is that true trial? But I have a very big feeling it is something extremely heartbreaking. Given to the fact that the humans promised to protect the people in the forest, and given the state of the races at 3,000 years later, I have a very big feeling he failed. Moreover than failed, maybe he even betrayed them. I hope not. I mean, Bun's guy is a bit of a jerk, but he's not an asshole, so to speak. So King just says that please protect the forest and your heart, and he promises that. But the 10 Commandments are confronted by Elizabeth, who begs them to not go any further, because she says there's a trap over here. But they then tell something that apparently Elizabeth did not know, and it's not surprising she did not know, but that doesn't make it all the more heartbreaking. Moonspiet, who you see there, revealed that a lot of their brethren have disappeared, and it was all a plot of Ludishiel. That much we knew, but not even Elizabeth knew about that. Ugh, that is just cruel. If she knew, she would have saved them. I just knew she would. So she says to them that she begs them to leave. However, Derer refuses. And even though some of the other demons says Elizabeth has the eyes of someone who doesn't want to fight, Derer instead demands them to hand back the brethren and the traitor Meliodas, which Elizabeth refuses. I mean, she wants to hand over the demon brethren, but she does not want to hand over Meliodas. After all, if there's something that is both annoying and well in Nanatsu no Taizai, it's the fact that Meliodas and Elizabeth, they can't live without each other. If one dies, the other one snaps. That much we have seen. Of course, the Elizabeth one doesn't snap as much, but she becomes so detached that it's actually a little bit annoying. But then again, that's just how eternal love works, when you have eternal love, because after all, that does not exist in real life. And now I'm criticizing that, Just give it a chance, Of course, that's saying from a guy who hasn't even found love yet, but still. But my real point is, it's clear though that if Meliodas loses Elizabeth, then he snaps much more than she does. And Elizabeth says here that Meliodas was everything to her. And unfortunately, that just proved to be the fatal one mistake. Because Ludosil used this moment. He thought that Elizabeth would try to stop them and beg them to turn away. And he used that moment to gather enough energy in that prison arc. He had imprisoned all of those different brethren. And then he destroyed it. And now we see a little bit more clearly what kind of demons were in that place. One of them was none other than Derere's older sister, or sister at least. That was the moment that that Godness Clan held hostages and then destroyed them. Of course, the story is a little bit different. It is, not exactly that different. Nerobasta said something like they had hostages, but yeah, they did have hostages, but it was more like a case that they kidnapped them. Sorry. And that makes it even more corrupted. And then using a goddess like Elizabeth, a goddess who genuinely was a kind-hearted goddess, and so far the only one we knew. I mean, Ludosil, your actions are almost, if not more, corrupted than the demons itself. And that's what I'm saying. I do not like the fact that demons are played in this light. That's almost make you see that the rage the demons do here is justifiable. I mean, I agree a lot with anger about the things. I'm currently so angry against the real world that I want nothing but more than to destroy it. But I lack neither the energy, the power, or of course the means to do that. So it's better to just rant about it. Because after all, your actions cannot do anything about it. But what I meant to say is that sometimes a person can just be that angry. And sometimes that anger is so justifiable. I mean, mine is petty, but I know that there are others whose anger are just so justifiable that in the end they cross a line that doesn't make it anymore. And that's just what the demons did. Their anger is justifiable, but their actions is not. And so there it is, snaps, punches away the Elizabeth. This also explains on why she becomes even more pissed when she saw Elizabeth. When the human Elizabeth, when she said she doesn't recognize her, to that would have been actually an extra big slap in the face, saying like, even more, the fact it was worse enough when Narobasta showed her cowardly methods. But the original Elizabeth did not have any memory. No. The human Elizabeth doesn't have any memories of her original self. But Derere do not know that. So when she saw the human Elizabeth and she said she didn't know anything about this and saying how you can kill people so easily, that's basically a saying like that's basically in Derere's world saying like, oh you bitch. You know what I mean. And then a light comes from the sky after Derere knocks down Elizabeth. And that is actually two more of the four great angels other than Ludosil. And given the title of the next chapter, I think we're going to see all the rest of the four archangels. I'm a bit angry that every single goddess we have seen so far besides Elizabeth is just as dark and evil as the demons we have seen so far. And given the titles from the other archangels, it's not so unlikely that they are this similar. And they decides to go down. And it's pretty comedic that the fact that they call the ultimate evil the Ten Commandments are enraged. I mean, of course they are the ultimate evil. But I wouldn't exactly call the Godness Clan good either. So yeah, this is actually the one thing that's good about Nanatsu no Taizai is that there is an endless question about morality. It's the fact that no one is right and everything is wrong in this manga. People want to protect their loved ones, and when people protect their loved ones, then they cross lines. That is exactly the same thing that could be said here. So yeah, I do wonder though. I'm actually after reading this, I'm beginning to wonder exactly how did the Goddess Clan lose their powers? I mean, they said to lose their powers after they sealed the Demon Clan away, but given what we have seen of the Goddess Clan, I do not think they sealed them away. If you think about it, only Elizabeth's blood could seal could open the seal, and Meliodas, sword was the only one of the key to do that. Why am I getting the feeling that the ones who sealed the Demon Clan away was the original Elizabeth and Meliodas? Because I don't think the Goddess Clan did seal them away. I think those two did it, in order to protect them. Protect them. This could also explain why the Goddess Clan, besides just racism, wants to kill Meliodas, because he got in the way of their plan to completely eradicate the Demon Clan. Of course, this doesn't explain how Dolor and Gloxnia just simply joined the Demon Clan like this, because if you think about it, this is the best moment I've ever to seal them away. Alas, the real trial starts here, and we'll see what it will bring. What's the final thing I can say? Well, I once had a crazy theory that maybe the goddess Elizabeth and Meliodas were the one who destroyed the goddess clan. But I don't think it could have been that easy. So yeah, just an endless question about morality, just like the real world. Give me your thoughts if you have any.